Vodafone Idea once again lost a huge chunk of subscribers, while Jio and Bharti Airtel continue to gain.
The telecom company has lost subscribers for the 17th month in a row.
But the Indian government will be the largest shareholder in the troubled telecom operator Vodafone Idea.
Hi everyone, welcome to Digital Report channel. Without further ado, let's get started. At first glance, it seems like the world's second largest telecommunications market is thriving. However, is this truly the case? India has 1.18 billion phone subscribers, second only to China, and with 765 million broadband subscribers, it's one of the largest consumers of data in the world. Fueled by cheap prices and wide availability, growth has been explosive. But these numbers don't tell the whole story. Vodafone Idea, a long-standing and third largest telecom company, accepted a government rescue package to avoid imminent bankruptcy. Vodafone and Idea were once the backbone of Indian telecom industry, but are now struggling to survive. The two companies merged in 2018 to create the largest telecom operator in India, with over 400 million subscribers. However, the merger has not been enough to save the company from financial losses. But how did this happen? How did one of India's largest telecom companies find itself on the brink of collapse? It all started with the intense competition. Three private operators dominate India's cellular market: Vodafone Idea, Reliance Jio, and Airtel. Together hold about 90% of the market. But what about the rest? The rest is largely held by the state-run Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, BSNL. It may be a small player in the retail mobile market, but it has a large countrywide footprint. Companies engaged in tariff wars, slashing prices to attract customers. But this came at a cost. The market shrunk from 15 players in 2010 to just 4 at present. In the event of Vodafone Idea's collapse, the sector would essentially transform into a duopoly. But that's not all. AGR dues have further strained the pockets of older players such as Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea. AGR refers to the dues related to licenses and spectrum charges paid by the operators to the central government based on the revenues they earn. For most of the last decade, Vodafone was the second largest player, and when it merged with Idea in 2018, it occupied top spot with a wireless subscriber market share of 35.6%. But since then, it's been all downhill. Vodafone Idea has been losing its share and is now in distant third position. Jio has emerged as the market leader with 37%. In the last 5 calendar years, Vodafone Idea has lost over 178 million subscribers. From a high of 418 million in 2018, its subscriber base as of March 2023 was down to just 240 million subscribers. And while Airtel too lost subscribers in 2019, it has been gaining since 2020 and has even acquired more subscribers than Jio on an yearly basis. It's not just subscribers that Vodafone Idea is losing. Its average revenue per user is also failing to keep pace with its rivals. Jio's entry in 2016 disrupted the market with cheap data and low tariffs, bringing down average revenue per user across the board. But since financial year 2020, tariffs have been raising and so has average revenue per user. And here too, Airtel has remained ahead of Jio. In financial year 2022, Airtel's average revenue per user was 187 rupees compared to Jio's 177 rupees. But Vodafone Idea? It's lagging behind with an average revenue per user of just 130 rupees. Vodafone Idea is in trouble. Its falling subscriber base and cheaper tariffs have impacted its revenues. And it doesn't end there. Pending dues and spectrum charges have bloated its debt and further raised its expenses. Vodafone Idea has made losses in every financial year since the merger. While its income from operations has dipped, its expenses have surged. Vodafone Idea is facing yet another challenge. As its competitors grow their 5G network coverage, Vodafone Idea is likely to see a drop in its subscriber base. Why? Because of its debt. Vodafone Idea is the only private Indian telco that has yet to launch 5G services. Media reports suggest that the company is in talks with vendors to close 5G deals and may launch the services soon. But it has yet to clear pending dues with tower companies like Indus Towers and vendors Nokia and Ericsson. It will need to clear at least some part of these dues before it can close contracts for its 5G network. Vodafone Idea has been bleeding both cash and customers for years now. Last year, the company's chairman Kumar Mangalam Birla said the operator would shut shop if they were not granted relief by the government. Vodafone Idea is in huge debt. As per its last results, the company has a debt of over 2 lakh crore rupees. In order to tackle this issue, the company has agreed to transform over 16,000 crore rupees of interest payments owed to the government into equity, resulting in a reduction of the promoters' shares and the government obtaining approximately a 33% stake in the company. British-owned Vodafone Group's stake reduced to 28.5% stake and India's Aditya Birla conglomerate stake reduces to 17.8% in the company. This deal makes the central government largest shareholder in Vodafone Idea, with 33.44% share in the company. Some analysts are wondering what the government will be doing with another telecom company when it already runs one that makes losses. Only time will tell how this move will play out for Vodafone Idea and the Indian telecom industry. The days of dirt cheap data may be over in India as tariffs rise, but the country remains a price-sensitive market. A new player with ambitions of a pan-India presence will need deep pockets and ample shareholder support to undercut existing prices. Remember, India had 15 operators a little over a decade ago. Today it has mainly 4. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here at Digital Report channel. Please consider subscribing to our channel and liking it if you found this helpful.